Peace. Kofa, G.R.O.W.T.H podcast. Wake your glass up. Happy Thursday, y'all. Is today Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday. Today's Friday. I'm tripping. I forgot we got through the week. Damn, what day is it? No, it is Thursday. I am tripping. I apologize. Happy Friday, Junior, y'all. Hope y'all got through it. Hope you prepared for a long weekend. Today is May 25th, 2023. The time is now 7 p.m. in the lovely city of Atlanta, Georgia. You may be confused. Yes, I have on a hoodie. It is quite breezy here. Our weather is crazy as hell. It was in the 50s this morning. But thank you for being in here. Already shout out to Corey Joe as always. Brother, drive safe. I know you're on the road. Again, this is G.R.O.W.T.H podcast. I am your host, Kofa, K-O-F-A, not coffee, not kufu, not kofi, Kofa. Kofa rhymes with sofa. It's easy to say. It's only 4 letters. It's easy to spell. This is G.R.O.W.T.H podcast. Growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. I thank everybody for being in here. I've been forgetting to give you guys these. Thank you everybody for stopping in. As you can see, we are outside. I am going to give you some sounds of summer because apparently everybody wanted to cut their grass today. Got some neighbors getting some roofing done, so you may hear some things off in the distance, but nothing that should really take away from the broadcast. You see the thumbnail. I got arguably 2 of the best. I say arguably because I respect people's opinion about ball. We all have our reasons for who's our GOAT. I've told you several times, Kobe is mine. I haven't yet gone down that road, but you know you would have to argue with me because he's on the Mount Rushmore of basketball. It is what it is. So I talked about it before. It was something that I had spoken about as men get older. But I want, if there's a young crowd in this, I want them to stay and listen to this shit too. Again, my job is to get you smarter quicker. If you're younger than me, I'm 41, so there's your baseline. If you're older than me or in my age group, we can already start seeing these things pieced together. So I kept saying, brothers got to learn how to fade away, AKA simplify your game. I promise y'all I have been digging to find that Michael Jordan interview. I know what I heard, but he broke down how he scored how he averaged 32 points a game. I believe, again, it was that 92 season, that second run for a championship. He broke it down so sweet, talked about simplifying his game. I can't believe it's not on YouTube because that's still one of the dopest interviews I've seen him do. But he pretty much said it's 4 quarters of basketball. That's 16 points a half. That's 8 points a quarter. He's scoring half his points from the free throw line. So what does that mean for our non-basketball people? That means he's making 2 shots a quarter. The other 4 points are coming from free throws. So basically, hey, I'm Michael Jordan. You telling me I can't score twice a quarter? He broke his game down into fractions till its smallest level. And that's what I want to hear from. That's what I want us to hear from these 2 gentlemen, how they use mental toughness to start getting through things from the time they were young into the ages that they were respectively at when these interviews were going on, and how they fought through. Because everybody forgets, yeah, Mike is 6 for 6 in the finals, but he was getting his ass whooped when he first came in the league. It was a different Michael Jordan. He had to put on weight. Kobe's story is a little bit different. By the time his 3rd, 4th season was coming around, he had Shaq, the most dominant player in the post to ever play, but he was getting rings by the time he was in his 4th, 5th, 6th year. So his story is a little bit flipped from Mike, but they both had to go through different times of adversity and fight through that. So this is tonight's broadcast, man. I'm going to be reacting to 2 videos. I really want us to just listen and hear what they're talking about. I told y'all I'm a basketball head. If you don't get the analogy, at least listen to the words of 2 of the greatest men that you know did their sport, their respective profession to the utmost. You can't argue with that. Even if you don't know the game of basketball, you know who these 2 are, and you know why they got to where they got to. Took hard work, a lot of sacrifice, even being an asshole. But guess what? The job got done. So I'm not going to belabor the point. This might be a quick one tonight, depending on how quick we get through the videos. I am going to stop it in between and just kind of point out things because I really want brothers to take away from this, other than the glitz, the glamour, the championships, the adversity that you have to fight through, because both of them talk about taking L's. And that's something we really don't like talking about, even in this manosphere, men-centric space, we don't like talking about L's. I like talking about L's because guess what? You got to bounce back. That's really going to separate the men from the boys, the alphas from the betas, the losers from the winners, from the guys that just got in the playoffs and the guys that got a ring from it. Can you bounce back from adversity? So again, as you come in, forgot, shake my 10 cup real quick. See the Cash App, see the PayPal above my head. If you want to donate, cool. If you don't, cool. If I have to earn your subscription, that's fine as well. The work is going to continue, so I already have a new subscriber, so you might as well go ahead and hit the subscribe button. But if you don't want to, that's fine. Hit the like. The likes are free. When you come in, take your shoes off before you come in my house, even though we're outside. But you know what I'm saying. Hit the like button. The likes are free. And if you can't hit the like button, we'll have to hear from the greatest R&B singer of our time. And again, as always, I got that shit on the loop. So make sure when you come in, you hit that like button. I want y'all to like, subscribe, and share because I'm big on the conversation. So take whatever you can tonight, and we're going to run with it and have real conversations in real life with your people. Y'all come back and report to me. Shout out to Corey Joe. Brother, I'm going through your emails. I know you've been hitting me up. I didn't forget to respond. I was just trying to piece together the show and all that. So I am getting your emails. Keep them coming. If y'all want to reach out to me, G.R.O.W.T.H@gmail. Hit me up, send me ideas, thoughts, give me smoke if you want to. It's fine. We can build from there. Give me some content that you want me to present to y'all and bring and try to put, that Kofa-ism on it. Put my own spin on it. But let's go ahead. Let's hear from Mike first. Mike came first. We can debate if we want to. Mike came first. I want Mike to go. Yes, Kobe was the carbon copy or whatnot. But again, if you copy perfection and then extend the range of it, plus you play with the most dominant big man in history, adjust your game to that and still give the league hell like you were the number one option, you the GOAT to me. That's why I got Kobe at the top. But we can flesh it out more later, but let's hear from MJ.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner. That my game was built on flash and not fire. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for. Every single day of my life, maybe I destroyed the game. Or maybe you're just making excuses.
Pause it right there. We all go through that fire, man. We all go through that pain, that hurt, that loss of a loved one. We talk about it here, the relationships, the loss of children during a breakup, possibly the loss of children if for whatever reason, God bless, if you've actually lost a child to death, a divorce, loss of a job, didn't get the promotion. Now you feel like you are stagnant. What I said is that worst place to be. But did you take that and did you build off of it? Or did you let it weigh you down? Because again, we like, oh, he can say that, he got all these millions of dollars. Step out of that shit, y'all. You can look at celebrities. I know we get tired of hearing them because, their lives don't align with ours, but they align more than we really want to admit because these people are human beings too. They got more money to play with, and we think money is the end all be all and it's going to fix everything. But at the end of the day, if it did fix every fucking thing, why in the fuck are they going through that same hurt, that same goddamn pain? But I'm gonna let it keep running.
I never feel that I'm at my best. I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved. Even though it's been very successful for me, I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father, to some extent as a role model in all aspects. So I'm never really too complacent with myself or with what I've achieved. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game.
No, I've never been afraid. I mean, obviously you're nervous, but afraid means you're not confident in your skills. I have total confidence in my skills, so I'm not afraid.
You had the utmost.
Pause it right there. What are you afraid of, bro? Nigga, you did the work, bro. You did the work. I'm gonna beat that shit into y'all fucking head. It may not seem like it worked at the time that you wanted it, but it's catapulting you to something else. It's not how you started, it's how you finished. Again, Mike didn't start strong. He finished strong, but he didn't start strong. He was on the bus literally sobbing, crying. Big ass Michael Jordan, 6'6", jumped from the free throw line, on the bus crying because he lost a basketball game. But that's where his passion was. I'm playing these videos for the purpose of, where is your passion? The glitz, the glamour, the highlights, the cameras, that shit don't come with it. Where is your personal passion? No matter what the payout is. What is your purpose? Like we hear so many times in these spaces. What are you doing to build not only yourself as a man, but another brother and possibly leading a family? You know, I'm a bachelor right now, is what it is. But what are you doing? Are you taking your losses and using them as excuses instead of using it as a stepping stone? Did you learn? Let's keep letting Mike talk. And again, have confidence in your skill. You went to that training for a fucking reason. More than just to get away from your home. Because I met guys that travel and then it turns into a vacation because that's the only time they get a chance to get away from their wife, their kids, all that. I've seen women do it too. Don't put so much emphasis on the job where you have to find fun in the job by getting away, by doing some type of training. Have a passion for what you're doing. And I know it's easier said than done, but try to find a passion in it, either doing that job or using it to get to something that you really want to do. Just don't get bogged down mentally. Let Mike keep on cooking.
Confidence. Your confidence level was through the roof. Where is it now?
On top of the roof. I don't think my confidence changed. I wouldn't have come back into this situation. Sports is a tool that teaches, you know, and it teaches you bad things. It can also teach you good things. It's how you perceive those things. I've looked at every experience that I've had, negative and positive, and taken that as a positive. You know, if I wouldn't change anything because I think it would alter some of the other things that I have. You know, so when I look back, I can't say that I've had any bad things happen. Sure, I mean, you don't want bad things to happen, but you deal with bad things. You can't have good or without bad. You know, basketball is my love, always have been, and I can't ever envision an ending of something like that. You know, that passion that I have for the game until I'm dead and gone. Until that's when it's, well, I could wait. I'm not in a rush.
It's never enough. It's never enough as long as you compete. You know, it's always great to win. That's why you compete.
Each time that you win, it takes away a little bit of that hunger, you know, which is a challenge within itself. You know, it's a battle within your mind to find a challenge to go to that same place that you've been 5 times before. You know, and that's hard. You know, when people say, well, the first one was the hardest, no, the last one was the hardest because you're battling with yourself. Because a lot of times I had to battle with myself to keep challenging myself. You know, that to me was why I would say that the biggest battle was myself, because when you get to a certain pinnacle, you got to find some ways to keep going out there for 82 games.
I just think that I have the habits of working hard. I always been taught that to reach a goal that in life that you want, you have to work hard to get to it. And so far, I just, have that in mind.
Determination,
you know, what your motives are, what your ambitions were from the beginning. You know, it's been a lot of soul searching in terms of, it's easy to sit back and say, well, I've given my best. You know, I'm tired.
Pause it right there. Go back to your innocence, man. That first day on the job, that first time that you kissed your girl and y'all might be coming to the end of the road. Grown ass man, little boy, again, take inventory. Go back to your innocence. Remember your why. Why did you go through that adversity in the first place? Why in the fuck would you stop when you're bleeding out? That's the time you patch yourself up and get back in the fight, like I say. Why would you stop right there? You say you're going through hell, why would you stop in the middle of it? You fight those demons, so to speak, and take your ass out the back door of hell. Again, I've said it before here, you either going into a storm, in a storm, or just coming out of a storm. Through those three things, you should be learning something. Remember your why. That's what he was talking about. I had to remember why I started. It's not the first one that's the hardest. You know that's the goal. And that's why some guys do fall off. They quench their thirst, so to speak. They get a ring. I'm using basketball analogies. And that's the only one they'll ever get. They stop there. You have to find something in you to motivate you to go get that win again. Mike had to do it. Mike and Kobe had to do it 82 seasons. Now, when we say in seasons in basketball, what we're really talking about is a year. Basketball season lasts from what? October to what's going to be June. There's basically 8, 9 months. You talking about a year of your life. What have you been through to get up every day, and go out there and work? Some of y'all working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, got a little one to feed. When I say a little one, I mean the tithing one. Some of y'all got older kids. You're putting them through college. But at the end of the day, don't forget about you. You find some passion within you that keeps you going, because guess what? Okay, that kid got out of high school. Now what? You're still a parent, even if you don't have kids, right? You still have to find something for you, some type of passion to keep getting up, going through that every day. This is where people fuck up, men in particular. This is why I keep talking about we get stagnant, because this shit is routine. You think they didn't know they had to play 82 games every season? 82, and then try to get in the playoffs. They knew what it was, but they had to find some type of inspiration, some type of passion to keep them going, doing that shit on repeat and stepping up to the next level. It gets harder physically when you get older, but this whole thing that I'm doing today, this live today, is about your mental fortitude. Can you push yourself mentally? Sit at the edge of that bed and go handle business. You done blocked out all the bullshit that you know is on your way, going to that job, going to deal with that woman, going to deal with your partners that you're throwing out business ideas, but then you have that realization, these are just my friends that I can drink with. It might be time to find some new friends. It's time to find a new challenge. I'm gonna let Mike keep on cooking.
You know, somebody else got to do it or whatever. I didn't take that approach. I thought positively and said whatever I could do, every little inch of energy that I have, I'm gonna try to provide for this team. I mean, if you give up, then they give up. You know, so I didn't want to give up. You know, no matter how sick I was, or how tired I was, or how, low on energy I was, I felt the obligation, to my team, to the city of Chicago, to go out and give that extra effort. Achieve it even harder.
My competitive drive is far greater than anyone else that I've met. I think that I thrive on that. I think that's my biggest motivation in life, is to compete, find different competitions in certain things in life and try to overcome that, be it positive or negative. But I have yet to meet someone who is as competitive as me, and I just feel that much confident about my competitive drive.
I still feel that I have a plateau that, I hadn't reached yet in terms of my skills or my expectations of myself. I'm always going to expect myself to do certain things or surpass certain things. As long as I believe that, then, my road to success is going to continue to expand.
My principal advised me to go to an Air Force Academy because he felt that after I finish college, I have a job. So I said, no, I don't want to go that route. So I decided to go to University of North Carolina. A lot of people didn't expect me to do so well, but I guess that was a challenge that I faced. And sometimes you have to face those challenges and see what happens.
I will not quit this game because of what the media has done to me or what other people have done to me. I will quit this game because my skills are diminished. I can't find the challenges to keep pushing myself. My love is always going to be there, but my pride won't let me leave because someone else is going to push me out. I'm going to leave on my own terms.
Pause it again. Mike cooking. He gets this.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Brothers, don't only leave the game on your own terms, you play the game on your own terms. My morning motivation today was you being the player and not the chess piece. We know we pawns in the game. We've done this shit a while. You know, you may not have that pull at work, but you should be able to clock in and leave with a smile on your face because you know all you gave them was a little bit of 8 hours, a little bit of elbow grease, right? Because you have something else going on in life. For me, it has become this YouTube thing. It really has. I enjoy engaging with y'all. This month has been beautiful. For those that don't know, that may be new, I'm going live every day in May. I've been going since, April 30th or 31, however many days we're in April. That last day in April, I've been doing a live every day for close to the last 30 days. And now it's building up a passion in me because I see the fruits of my labor working, right? I'm still not monetized, but I know I'm giving y'all good content. And it's only going to get better. I know I'm talking to a group of men that want to get better in their respective lives, no matter what they have going on. I'm glad you found my channel. I'm glad you found whoever else's channel. But my job is to keep bringing this passion of seeing men get better daily. Well, maybe not every day after May, but I am going to accomplish every day in May. But it has sparked something in me where I am going to narrow down and be giving you guys great content from here on out because I learned so much on the back end that you guys may not see just from doing this every day. It has lit a fire in me. I'm going to be honest. So again, back to Mike was saying, you keep finding those challenges, bro. You have to have that fire inside of you. And when he was talking about the media or what other people say, that's exactly right. Fuck what everybody else is talking about. Whether it's about you as an individual man or as you pivot real quick to race or you as a black man. Y'all know we catch hell the most of the time. That's why I can give so much content. And I've told my female friends, stop giving us fucking ammo. Stop giving me ammo. I can bring this shit all day. I could talk about this all day because the way our women are moving out here, guess what? That's par for the course. The way they have been speaking about black men for the last 50, 60 years, damn near par for the course. We've normalized this toxic ass shit to the point that when you stumble as a man, you start second guessing yourself because of what media told you, whether it's the news, newspaper, movies, the women in your life. Every media outlet has been ran by women. May be a man at the head of that, might be a CEO, but as far as the push, the financial gain behind it, it has been women. So we've been hearing all this negative shit about us. This is why I focus on the men-centric content, even when I'm talking about these dizzy-ass, bird-brain-ass bras. I want you to focus on yourself of being a better man. I keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. Whether you're a father, a husband, a bachelor, whatever the case may be, you take you wherever you go. Y'all know where I was going with this. You take you wherever you go. You still got to be a better man regardless, even after that shit ends. So even when you leave the game, you're leaving on your own fucking terms. I'm going to let Mike keep cooking.
And I don't think too many athletes have that opportunity to do. And that's what I want to do whenever it comes to my time.
You know, we are old. Sure, we're tired. It's been a long season. But mentally, we have a vision. We have a finish that we have to attain, you know, and sometimes you have to do it when you're old and you're tired, you know, and I think it's the test of your will to succeed when you have to deal with, you know, some of these negatives. And I'm pretty sure, you know, by the end of this playoffs, you'll see the old and the tired people were very, very young and strong mentally.
To be happy, you got to have the support. So I think all of those things have evolved and happened to me.
who I am and understand the benefits and the privileges I have for being who I am, and not to wear it on my sleeve, be very humble about it. That's one thing my parents taught me very well is, don't wear your reputation, don't wear your accolades, don't wear your personality on your sleeve. Let it happen, let it be you. It is who you are. Don't hide from it, but don't wear it and rub it in people's faces. The thing that I remember the most about my father, and I had him for 32 years, and I never look at it from a negative sense. Obviously, he was murdered, and rarely do I get the chance to talk about him, but the thing that I do remember all the time, I think about him practically every day, is for a person like myself who live in the spotlight and is so critical from people all the time in terms of what I do, what I say, where I go. The thing he's always said, take a pause before you make a decision and say, what if? And the purpose for saying what if is that whatever decision you make, always either gonna have consequences. And not that I live in a box to where I'm afraid to do things. I know that, as my father says, the what if comment is to be able to deal with the consequences of what decisions you make. And you think about that. If you think about the consequences, pro or con, you make the right decisions that you feel is the right decision. Now, all the decisions I made, other people may view to be not the right decisions from their perspective. But for me to go play baseball, and everybody says, oh, it was a failed opportunity to play baseball. That's what they think. For me, it was the best thing that could have happened for me because it allowed me to go back to the game with a stronger passion. At the same time, I was able to understand the love that these minor league baseball players have, making $1,500 a month. $1,500 a month, which is nothing. But for them, it was big. To me.
We'll pause it right there. He got to see somebody else's hunger. When he left and played baseball and everybody said he was crazy and all that, he still found a passion for trying to be the best player at baseball that he could be. And he saw what those younger guys were going through. That was their intro into basically professional sports. Those peanuts that he was talking about, they're getting paid. They were willing to sacrifice that for the bigger dream of getting to the MLB, getting into pro baseball. They were willing to go through that hurt, that pain, that financial adversity to get somewhere. And it reminded him of who the fuck he was when he came in the NBA, accomplished those goals. But you know what sparked in Mike's brain? Through that negativity of him not batting well, because he didn't. He put forth the effort and he'll tell you, at least he tried. But it sparked something else that, hey, you know what? Nobody's ever retired, came back and won another championship. And that's exactly what the fuck he did. Even through that adversity, he found his way back to the game that he originally loved. He found his way back to the game that made him who the Michael Jordan that we know him as. He still had a passion as an individual. Take the sports away for a second. He still found a passion in himself to get out there and go back to it and have to redo it. And for those that do remember that time when Mike came back in the league, he lost to a young Shaq and a young Penny Hardaway with the Orlando Magic. And if you remember, Nick Anderson was the one that picked his pocket. Michael Jordan, that was one of them instances. He had a chance to win the game, and he got his cookies took. The ball got stole. They lost the game. They lost the series. Shaq and them, Orlando Magic, went on to go to the finals. So it was the first time we seen Michael Jordan in his quote-unquote prime, the Michael Jordan after winning 3 championships, come back to the league and rusty as fuck. Superman had found his kryptonite. It was called time. So he had to remember what his father told him, sit down and think, what if? Pros and cons, and if you can live with both. Because even with the pros, guess what? That's when he was talking about that media. People are going to talk about you, even when you're doing the right thing. He sat, he made a decision, and he saw it through. That's what put Mike up there. His skill, great. But this right here, that mental capacity, this is why I keep telling men, as you get older, you got to learn to shoot that fadeaway. You're not going to be able to dunk on everybody. You're not always going to have the flyest of the fly. That bullshit that we thought was real when we was younger, keeping up with the competition, you're slowly starting to realize it was some bullshit. It didn't mean anything. This right here, that's what got your ass over. Like I said, when that divorce happened, she took the kids, you lost the money, you lost the car, you lost the job, you didn't get the promotion. When you had to put somebody in the ground that you grew up with knee high, and it was out of the blue. They weren't running the streets. They weren't on drugs. They were just gone like that. And it brought some type of reality of your morality, your mortality into your brain, and you started thinking and having to move a little bit different, right? Eating a little bit better, exercise, whatever the case may be. But again, those coming in, the purpose of this live is for us to start thinking through adversity and being able to fight through it from a mental standpoint, because it starts up here. Then everything else is going to start to fall in place. I don't care if it's, some people say it's spiritual, some say it's physical. No, you got to mentally get your ass up and physically go to that goddamn gym or go run or do whatever else. You got to mentally want to go and sit in a church for 2 hours, right? Or whatever your respective religion is, how y'all do it when you got to study your Bible or Quran afterward. Mentally, it starts up here. Whatever your catalyst is, whatever you find yourself getting better at, it started up here. So I wanted to hear from two of the GOATs. So I'm going to go ahead and let Mike close out, and then we're going to slide over to the GOAT smoking talk. We're going to go slide over to Kobe. We're going to have a debate on that, bro. But let's go. Let's hear the rest from Mike.
Me, to see that helped me put things in perspective, to understand the platform that I was on in 93, that when I went back to it in 95 and 96, I appreciated it even greater. So when we won those championships and we went through those things mattered to me far greater than what I did in 91, 92, 93. People don't see that, and people will never understand that to be success. You know, all they think about, well, he batted 202, you know, and he struck out a certain number of times. Yeah, okay. You know, but the effort was there, and the learning curve and the passion was there that has transcended not just to me, but to other people who are afraid to do things because they're worried about the perception that may come from other places. To me, that's more gratifying than anything, you know. So that's the things that my father and my mother instilled in me. Take a negative and turn it into a positive. Don't be afraid to fail.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Don't be afraid to fail, especially us in this black community. We love a winner. Everybody does. But for whatever reason in our community, that's the biggest, even when people are doing wrong. This is why the dope boy is so popular. People know he's doing wrong, but it looks like he's winning. The car, the women, the clothes, so on and so forth. Y'all know how it go. But so many brothers get caught up with that shit because they're afraid to fail. They're afraid to look like they're failing. And looking like we're failing in our community could be going to a 9 to 5. We see video after video hitting the internet of women talking about how they can't do a 9 to 5 guy because they don't want to wait 2 weeks and she needs something and this, that, and the third. Totally negating that man is actually good with money. He's been stacking up for a minute. So even if an emergency comes up or she does want a little something extra, he can break off because he has a strong mindset. Again, that's the purpose of tonight's live. What is your mindset, gentlemen? I know the ladies in the building. Shout out to Selena. Shout out to Sean. But brothers, what is your mindset? Can you go through the adversity? Can you do what Michael Jordan's parents taught him to do that he ultimately has been trying to teach other people? Take a negative, turn it into a positive. He could have just threw his hands up when he first came back in the league, right? When he got his cookies took by Nick Anderson. When they lost to that young team, everybody started saying, are the Bulls too old? Is it too much rust on Mike? Can he be the leader he once was? Boom. Inspiration. You know what? Bet. Y'all want to see me come back? Okay, I got 1 ring. Can we do it 2 more times? 3-peat. Only time we done seen that shit happen, right? Because he felt like he had reached the top when he won those first 3 championships. That's why he went and played baseball. He thought he had exhausted everything. Everybody keeps talking about his individual attributes, the MVPs and finals MVPs. He had already had that, the first 3-peat. Can't argue with that, with him feeling like, hey, I've exhausted my spot in the game. But then when he got to a point where he found himself in adversity, where he was supposed to go to the White Sox, ended up coming all the way to fucking Birmingham, Alabama to play in the minor leagues. He had to earn that spot. And by the grace of God, because I love basketball, I wanted to see him come back. By the grace of God, he went through that adversity in baseball, sparked something else. You know what? Let me see if I can do it again in basketball. Took that L, bounced right back, led his team to 3 more championships, retired, then came back again specifically just to teach the young cats like Rip Hamilton when he played for the Wizards. Some say it destroyed his legacy, it messed up his legacy. That's bullshit. Mike is still Mike. I see Selena and Smoking Talk in the chat talking about he the GOAT. I'm not gonna argue with you, but in this household, we a Kobe household over here in the house of Kofa. I think Kobe's a GOAT, but I respect everybody's opinion about Mike because he did the fucking work. I keep telling y'all it matters. Please, somehow, some way, detach from he's a celebrity. It's Michael, all that shit. The brother put in work. Same thing with Kobe. We about to have the same or a similar conversation with Kobe. Because guess what? The adversity for Kobe was the fact that he came in the league while Mike was still winning championships. And nobody wanted to hear from this young cat, and he wasn't trying to hear that shit. I'm going to go out there and work just as hard, if not harder than Michael. They going to remember my fucking name when I leave. And I'll be damned if bro didn't accomplish that. That's why he's my GOAT. He came in at 18 and was giving the league hell, even though he didn't play the first 2 years. By the time he came back around, when he was actually getting playing time, and that was through no fault of his own, by the time he was actually getting some real playing time, scorching. Sky was the limit. No looking back. As they say, the rest is history. We know what he did in the league while Mike was there. But Mike had this. Mike had that mental advantage because he had already been through that fire. It was just Kobe's turn. And by the time Kobe went through it, he was facing more athletic players, Durant, Wade, D. Rose, LeBron, and still giving them boys the business. Night in, night out. Because mentally, he got better. And both of them adjusted their game with that fadeaway. I'm not telling y'all to learn how to fade away and just age gracefully and fall to the background and all that shit. No, adjust your game. Simplify your game. You simplify your game of life up here, brother. That's where you get simple. That's where it gets simple. Oh, I remember when I did that shit as a young dude. Hey, young brother, let me holler at you. Let Unc talk to you. Give him some game because you done already been down that road. Now you're going into a space where you got the wisdom, where you got them grades, you got the wisdom. You going platinum in the face a little bit. You don't got too much up top no more. I always say I lost my hair and gained wisdom. It is what it is. I'm gonna slide over here to the comments. I hear y'all coming in, but then we're gonna get to the Kobe video. Selena says, I concur with MJ being the GOAT. I ain't finna fight y'all, goddamn it. Smitty the Sage, appreciate you being in here, brother. Sean says, enjoyed watching MJ back in the day. Always have to work the negative energy into a positive. Always believe you can. Mike done fought through the flu, food poisoning, all that. Kobe done blew the Achilles and still did it. We about to get into it. Sean says, Kobe picked the baton up from Michael and ran with it. He sure did. Smitty says, work smarter, not harder. That's why LeBron lost the other day. No off dribble fader.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Smitty the Sage, I think it's your first time being in here, brother, but you also get this.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
Big facts. No fadeaway jumper, and I don't think he was confident in his jumper because it wasn't falling for like the last 2 games. But enough basketball talk because we already talking about the 2 GOATs. I'll go off on a tangent because I am going to sit out here and smoke and enjoy and watch the game in a minute. Shout out to Corey Joe. You said you're down there in Dothan, Alabama, brother. That means you had to drive through Ozark, Alabama, which is where I went to high school and spent my high school years, brother. So shout out to the Wiregrass. Make sure they feed you when you're down there. I know Dothan got plenty of restaurants. But let's go ahead and get over to this Kobe video. But again, as y'all come in, make sure y'all hit that like button for me. You see the Cash App, PayPal. If you want to donate, fine. If not, it's cool. But please subscribe and like. The likes especially, they're free. The likes are free. If I gotta earn your subscription again, cool, that's fine. But you might as well go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because I am gonna earn your subscription, because I'm gonna keep cooking, not just for the rest of May, but on after. So those that don't know, I'm going live every day in May. We're almost to the end. I think Wednesday the 31st. I'm trying to plan something with Broken Traditions. We might celebrate like that, because that's usually when he goes live, and that's also the person that issued the challenge to me. So I've been going 26 days strong, because I started at the end of April. 26 days strong. I've been doing some pretty solid lives. I know I phoned a couple in, but the boy does get tired. I am human, but I'm still here. Y'all still here rocking with me. I really appreciate it. Now let's hear from my personal GOAT, but the other GOAT, Kobe.
You really want me on the team. What's your approach to recruitment?
You want first place, come play with me. You want second place, go somewhere else. Like, I would watch Magic play. I'd watch Michael play. And I would see them do these unbelievable things, and I'd say, you know, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out.
That's why he's the best player in the game.
Everything was done to try taking like I see a lot of players do these unbelievable things.
My apologies, y'all. I hit the wrong button.
Player in the game.
Want to pause it right there. I think I'm in the way a little bit. Hold on. So this says the mindset of a winner. This is from Valuetainment. Shout out to them. They're here on YouTube. I do believe this is fair use, but I'm gonna gamble on it because it's Kobe and we're here to learn tonight. So notice the humility. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it early, then I'm gonna let it run a little bit. But notice the humility. As hungry as he was, I watched Magic, I watched Mike, watched all these great players. Shit, I don't know if I can do it. Shook that shit off. Let's go find out. As they say, the rest is history, but let's see how he got to that history using this.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you to become better at your craft.
So because you know what you want, the world's giving you exactly the information you
100%,
need to become better at it.
Because you know what you're looking for.
So many guys tell stories about your work ethic.
Yeah.
What was really your work ethic like, and for how long did you stay disciplined?
Well, I mean, every day. I mean, since 20 years. I mean, it was an everyday process and trying to figure out strengths and weaknesses. For example, jumping ability. Man, my vertical was a 40, it wasn't a 46 or a 45. My hands are big, but they're not massive, right? So you got to figure out ways to strengthen them so your hands are strong enough to be able to palm a ball and do the things that you need to do. Quickness, I was quick, but not insanely quick. I was fast, but not ridiculously fast, right? So I had to rely on skill a lot more. I had to rely on angles a lot more. I had to study the game a lot more. And but I enjoyed it though. So like from the time I can remember when I started watching the game, I studied the game and it just never changed. It's a good separate.
Pause it right there. Again, he started out with humility. A big thing that he said, and one of the main reasons I chose this video, like I've said before, anybody can be your teacher. But he said it slightly different. The world is your library. It's so much information that we're just passing by daily. Just in these routines, brothers. We just in these routines damn near with blinders on. Up, go to work. Up, get off work. Up, come home, sleep. Up, do it again. Maybe a little bit of traffic, an argument here, some shit piss you off there. eating bad here, eating bad there, sleeping more than I should, not working out. Again, everything I'm telling y'all, I've done. And hell, I've fallen into that routine trying to knock this shit out every month. I haven't been working out like I normally would during May. This has been an adjustment for me, to be totally transparent. But last couple of days, I've been all right, getting back on track. Again, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. And for once in my life, I'm confident that it's not a train. Because I had that mindset before. Yeah, there's light at the end of the tunnel, but it might be a train. For the first time, I'm starting to believe it's not a train. It's just the exit for me to get to the next thing. So when Kobe is saying, the world is your library, the world is your library. Interact with different people. Again, this right here, this road tobacco, good, bad, or indifferent, health-wise, how you feel about it, this shit has changed my life. Again, I would not have met Broken Traditions if it wasn't for a cigar. He helped me so much come in this space. And now I'm gunning for a new spot on YouTube. The monetization is just one thing. Once I get that, I'm really off to the fucking races. But again, start somewhere. Look at where you're at. And you see how he took inventory, not just of himself, but what Mike was doing, what Magic was doing, added it to himself, then started looking at different things in the world that he brought to the game. So the game for you might be that job, might be leaving that job, going to something else. I was telling this young cat, because he was like, man, I ain't getting nothing out of stocking shelves. Yes, the fuck you are. You're learning inventory. You're learning, I'm about to say trade routes, but you're learning logistics, because you know how often y'all get shipments. Take them blinders off, man. Unplug your ears. But I'm telling you that about that young cat because it's something that you're blind to or you may not be seeing right now that's already adding to your skill level that you don't really realize. Even if it's not to be in that job for a promotion, it's to go to something else or even retirement. I was talking with my homeboy the other day. I was like, bro, I've been in the Army 15 years. I know it don't seem like it. I got 5-6 years left, 6 tops, because it takes so long for them to process paperwork, some more shit I just learned. So 5-6 years top, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Already have a plan. On the reverse side, again, some of y'all know I'm in the Army Reserve, but I also work as a federal employee for the Army. So it's stuff that I found out that I was supposed to do like a couple of years ago as far as trainings. Cool. As soon as I found out, I could have bogged myself down with it and been like, oh man, I'm fucking up. I just did that. Nope. For the last month and a half, I put my nose to the grindstone. I done finished 3 fucking classes that I was supposed to have that I didn't know about because, you know, on certain jobs, they just don't share information with you. So damn, when I found that out, I knocked out 3 classes in the last month and a half. So I can go get that next promotion. So I can add on and get a raise and all that shit. But again, I'm also here on YouTube. There's so much shit I done learned in the last month. So I'm not going to bore y'all to death with my personal story, but I do like sharing because everything that's coming out of my mouth towards y'all, I tell myself. But again, these 2 were catalysts for that. Of course, I got my dad. I want to share more information about him as well, but I want to start with something familiar for everybody. So you got MJ, and I'm going to keep on letting Kobe cook. Who is the GOAT?
Inspiration for me, you know, emotionally, to be able to put myself in a place where at practice or when I'm training or during games, I switch my mind to something else. I switch my mode into something else, right? For me, it's the equivalent of Maximus, Decimus Meridius, and Gladiator picking up the dirt, smelling the dirt. It's go time, right? So that was my mental switch. It was like an actor getting ready for a film. You got to put yourself in that cage. When you're in that cage, you are that character. And then when you leave there, it's something completely different. But when I'm in that cage, bro, don't touch me, don't talk to me. Just leave me alone.
How did you get mentally and emotionally so strong where it doesn't bother you?
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna pause it real quick, y'all. Something I left out that Kobe was pointing out. You see how he went through the attributes he had that weren't strong enough? I had a 40-inch vertical. I didn't have a 45, 46. Other cats did. I was quick. Not crazy quick. I was fast, not super fast. I was strong, not super. He took inventory. He knew what his faults were, but up here, he found a way to get past that and execute. I'm gonna let it keep on running. I forgot to mention that last time, but he looked at his weaknesses, added to them, added something else on top of it that could nobody fuck with. That was his mental state. And keep on letting him cook.
You got to look at the reality of the situation. You know, like for me, it's not, you know, you kind of got to get over yourself. Like, it's not about you, man. Like, oh, okay, you feel embarrassed. You're not that important. Like, get over yourself.
That's where you go.
Get over yourself, right? Like you're worried about how people may perceive you, and like you're walking around and it's embarrassing because you shot 5 air balls. Get over yourself, right? And then after that, it's okay, well, why did those air balls happen? Got it. High school, year before, we played 35 games, max, right? Week in between, spaced out, plenty of time to rest. In the NBA, it's back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I didn't have the legs. So you look at the shot, every shot was online. Every shot was online, but every shot was short, right? I gotta get stronger. I gotta train differently. The weight training program that I'm doing, I gotta tailor it for an 82-game season so that when the playoffs come around, my legs are stronger and that ball gets there. So I look at it with rationale and say, okay, well, the reason why I shot air balls is because my legs aren't there. I go, well, next year they'll be there. That was it.
Done.
That adjustment, I'm gonna pause real quick and let it keep on running. But I remember when he first told that story, when he shot those air balls as a rookie and everybody was like, oh, get rid of them. Why did Dale Harris trust a game-winning shot to a rookie? All those shots were online. You can go back and look at the video yourself. He didn't have the leg strength to get that jump shot up. I love playing basketball. You shoot with confidence and you shoot with your legs. It's not these. It's cool to have it online, but if you can't get that ball up above the rim and have it where it'll drop in, then you don't have no jump shot. You shoot with your legs. Once he realized that, he went back and worked on it, and this is why he had such crazy ass range. People were like, oh my God, how's he doing? Even before Steph, come across half court, okay, time on the clock running down, bet. Kobe from half court, from the parking lot, bang. He killing it because he knew what his weakness was. He wasn't afraid to work on it. And a big thing he just said right there, bro, get over yourself. You took an L. It ain't the end of the world. See, everybody will tell you that you're a man, so everything rests with you. They love to blame you as a man when it's time to place blame when something goes wrong. So again, you got to be able to, Kofa, you're great. Thank you. Kofa, you suck. Thank you. Play the game within yourself. Then go out there and play the game. Like I said earlier on my morning motivation for those coming in, be the chess player, not the chess piece. Play the game. When it's done, you done took an L, you learn. When it's time to walk away, prayerfully, because of this, you can walk away on your own terms. I'm gonna keep on letting Bean cook.
Were there some names that you looked at and says, these 3 guys are as crazy as I am?
I at the time, I deal with what I've referred to as G.O.W.T.H Mountain. I went to G.O.W.T Mountain and I talked to Magic, Michael, Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, Jerry West, Oscar Robinson, Bill Russell. You know, so I would talk to them. What did you do? What were your experiences? Michael in particular, he's become my big brother. He's been my big brother since I first came in the league. And what was that process like? So I went to them and started understanding the ins and outs of the game and, you know, how they approach things and their level of detail and obsessiveness. And that's what I did. The players that had that passion but weren't willing to commit their entire lives to doing that, right? It's a choice, right? You have other things, you have family, you have all these other things that you have to do. The game can't really be your #1 priority. And so I was just looking at that like, man, this is gonna be fun.
If I'm buddies with you from high school, if I'm a cousin of yours, what happened to our relationship? How did that gravitate when you went into the league and you're determined to become the greatest, or you're determined to become one of the greatest? What happens to our relationship?
Well, it suffers.
It does suffer.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you understood that. You were okay with that.
Well, yeah. And the people that love you, like friends and family, like they know that about you.
Got it.
So they let you be you. And when you reconvene, you know, you pick back up where you left off. But make no mistake about it, everything in between is lost, right? So those long-term relationships, the commitment of time of, taking vacation. Like I see a lot of players take vacations with other players that are close friends. And they'll just take vacations just to take vacations, or just hang out just to hang out. Like I never did that.
Why not though? Why didn't you do that?
Well, because when I retire, I didn't want to have to say, I wish I would have done more. I don't want that. You know, I don't want that.
I'm gonna pause it right there. Again, taking inventory. He knew where he came through. He knew where he wanted to go. And even some of his personal relationships had to be sacrificed. But we know what Kobe ended up getting, right? He got 5 of them things. 5 of them. 20-year career, that's saying a lot. He got 5. You got to sacrifice some relationships. And just like he said, the people that know you understand that. The people that genuinely love you understand that. When you have to choose you over them, over your relationship with them, they'll understand that. Because by the time you come back, y'all not going to miss a beat. But right now, you have to hyper focus. It's a couple people in my life that I've known since knee high. We're not on the best speaking terms right now because I'm so hyper focused on these next 5 years and killing my last 5 years in the Army. Instead of going on a down slope, I'm trying to go on an uptick. But that's just me. I had to fight through a lot of adversity to get to these 15 years. So the last 5, when I go out, when Sergeant Shakur go out, if y'all didn't know him, last name Shakur, when Sergeant Shakur go out, I'm going out on my own terms. I mean that with every fucking fiber of my being. Again, this is my career, this is my job, this is the path that I chose. Low key, it's the path that chose me. Even when I hang it up here on YouTube, y'all gonna know that I left everything on tape. There will not be I wish I could have done more. I wish I could have helped more brothers. It's not gonna be that. But keep on letting Bean cook.
You know, you got a lot of people paying their hard-earned money to come watch you perform. Perform. It's your job to be in shape. It's your job to be strong enough to perform at that level every single night. And as a competitor, I'm not ducking shit. Like, it's not, oh my God, my back hurts, I'm sore, we got to play Vince Carter and Toronto Raptors tonight. We actually had this happen. We had a game against Toronto in 2000, and Vince was tearing the league up. My back was jacked. But like the perception of that, like what? Kobe's missing the game against Toronto and Vince Carter because man, my back was really spasming. But people will be like, what? Oh, he's ducking Vince. Excuse me? No, I don't think so. So I would be in the layup line like, okay, there's a lot of days where you can rest and recover. Today ain't one of them. Your back can bother you any other day. That shit ain't bothering me today. He gonna have to see me today. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
If you're looking at a big investments you got to make, what is the decision-making process there? Do you call? Is there first you do your own research? You take this much time. You call an advisor. Is there a system you follow?
It's pretty simple for me. It's do you understand the business? Is it a business that you can help in some form or fashion? What are the barriers of entry to that business? And then the entrepreneurs themselves, the company itself, right? Do they have a culture that you believe is sustainable? Are these leaders people that you believe in? Are they people that are obsessives? And in turn, have they created a culture of obsessiveness? So I tend to look at those 4 factors, and that's it.
That's big right there, by the way. I don't know if you guys caught that right there. That's pretty massive right there. Same determination. What's your current work schedule look like today?
It's different because I personally am not writing every word of the novels. I am not animating the films. What I have to do now is make sure that the people that we bring in, these obsessives that we bring in, are challenging themselves to do the best job that they think they can do. That's what I'm there for, is for them to constantly look in the mirror and self-assess and challenge themselves. If we have a project and you're saying, okay, I can do that, that's not the project we want. The projects that say, I don't know if I can animate that. I don't know how to write that story. I don't know how to do that. Those are the things we want, because through that curiosity, you'll reach a level that you didn't think was possible. And so running the studio, that's what I'm doing.
You see how crazy that sound? I don't know how to do that. So that's what I want to do. That's how y'all got Kofa. I ain't know what the fuck I was doing on YouTube. Still really don't. But it's something that I want to do. I started finding a passion for, I already had a passion for helping other people out. I've helped a lot of people, mainly women, if I'm going to be honest with it. And I started looking at myself, inventory. Started looking at what my brothers were going through, inventory. When nobody really trying to help men. Even when I got in this space, the first thing people ask, oh, what type of content you make? What type of videos you do? Oh, I try to, help men find a positive fuck it. Basically what I told them. So what does that mean? Oh, just trying to help brothers get better, just give them information, let them know they're not by themselves. People look me dead in the face. Ain't no money in that. I had to eat that, right? But I'm still here over a year later. I didn't let that shit deter me. I still get it now. That thing that I didn't know how to do, I'm getting pretty good at. And I'm still having to find challenges to keep pushing myself because, again, I'm just now getting started. This is my rookie year, so to speak. Rookie year was okay, learning how to just put up videos without them falling apart, do lives without it always glitching. Apologies for the other night that those were on here. I don't know what the fuck happened, but tonight I'm not on Facebook, so I think we should be all right. I think Facebook may have cut it somehow, but finding those challenges, gentlemen, finding those challenges, brother, and not being afraid to go try that. Because guess what? Who's expecting anything of you? You don't know how to do that shit, but let's go over here and figure it out. Figure out your fuck ups. It's okay. That's the way I've been learning since I was a little boy. I fucked it up. Okay. Everybody else up in arms, panicking and shit. But I said, you know what? I'm going to do better next time. And I did. And that's been my premise since I was yay big. That goes back to that Sigma characteristics that I have. Again, taking inventory. I've been doing this shit since I was a kid. Something I wasn't sure I could do. Fuck it. Go try it. If I lose, if I take a L, oh well. Nobody expected me to do it no goddamn way. Low expectations from other people. You don't take that shit from them and put it on yourself. If you do well, it catches everybody off guard and everybody want to kiss your ass. Take the compliment, but say fuck them at the same time. It's this mental aspect. You got to be able to think differently. I can rewind it a little bit and show like when he first said that. I think I am going to do it. I'm going to let this little part run again. Rewind it a little bit. Look at the interviewer's face when he says that thing that we say we can do, we're not going to do that. So let me bring it back a little bit and then we're going to keep on running.
That's not the project we want.
Look at him. That thing, that project that we said we can do, that's not the project we want. The fuck you mean? This is the shit I know how to do. Again, my philosophy, and everybody talks about niching down, that's fine. Be great at whatever the fuck your particular niche is, but expand it, add on to it. In my personal opinion, this is just a Kofa-ism. It's better to know a little bit about a lot than a lot about a little bit. We have people that specialize expertise in different things, doctors and shit like that, but I'm quite sure they can give you some general good life advice as well. You don't have to be so narrow-minded, and I don't mean ignorant or stupid or just I mean narrow-minded as in focusing, this is what I'm good at. This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm good at. That's how your ass gets stuck in that stagnant part. I was just talking about with my dad about that shit. Taking the loss is okay because you can learn and build from that and move past where you were. If you think this is too hard up here, you just get accustomed to being here, you start being stagnant. That's when we start losing people because you get used to a rhythm, then you start eating yourself to death, fucking yourself to death, drinking, smoking, because you're used to the same. Nothing I do is going to change this position I'm in. No matter how hard I work, no matter how bad I fuck up. And then people usually find out the hard way that guess what? When you fuck up, you can drop lower. So being stagnant is a dangerous place. That thing that we can do, that's not the project that we want. But look at his face. Caught him off guard, right? Sounds a little bit crazy. And in order to move through this thing called life, you got to be a little bit crazy, bro. This up here. I'm going to share something that my grandfather shared with me, and then we're going to get back to the video. By the time we figure this shit out, somebody going to be putting you in the ground. So don't put too much on yourself, bro. Let's go.
The projects that say, I don't know if I can animate that. I don't know how to write that story. I don't know how to do that. Those are the things we want, because through that curiosity, you'll reach a level that you didn't think was possible. And so running the studio, that's what I'm doing.
You're playing against the Golden State Warriors. Score is 107-109. You guys are close to getting into the playoffs. You know exactly what happens in the game. You go up, you're about to take your shot, and then all of a sudden, boom, Achilles happens, right? He went and hit the free throws, and then you walked off the stage.
Yeah.
And you got the surgery done.
I went in the trainer's room, my kids are in there, and they're looking at you and stuff, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, it's all right, Dad's gonna be all right.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fine, it'll be all right, it'll be all right, it'll be all right. As a parent, you gotta set the example. You gotta set the example. This is another obstacle. This obstacle cannot define me. It's not gonna cripple me. It's not gonna be responsible for me stepping away for the game that I love. I'm gonna step away on my own terms. And that's when the decision was made that, you know what, I'm doing it.
What did Mike just say? Step away on your own terms. Don't let them run you out of your damn job. Don't let them run you out of your position. Don't let them run you out of your goddamn household. Now be smart and know when to walk away, but that's why you should be building yourself up just in case that time comes and you do have to walk away, because you're leaving on your own terms. You're leaving with your pride. You're leaving with your dignity. You're leaving with your sanity. You're leaving with your finances. You're leaving for your next opportunity. Be able to walk away on your own terms without feeling bad about, I wish I did more.
Doing it.
You're a freaking beast, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Valuetainment. I think that was a big interview after Kobe had retired. R.I.P. man. I miss Mamba, for real. Never got a chance to see him play live. Never got a chance to meet the brother. But god damn it, man. Like damn it, I grew up watching Jordan like all of us. But then Kobe comes along and he just takes it, in my opinion, to another level. And to still have that fucking mind state, because he could have came in and just been okay, been a killer, you know what I'm saying? But not have that same passion and drive as Mike, and for him to do that while that man was still torching the league, and then these young players coming in, the LeBrons, Melos, Wade, Durant's, these guys that we say are beasts, and he's still giving them the business as he aged, because he had this. Slide over here to the comments. I know y'all been going in, but I did want to get through those videos. Y'all know how I do. Let's see. Back to my trainer. Yeah, Sean says they'll drop trainings on you out of nowhere. Had that this week myself. Have to get it done. Yep.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
And get it done, I did. Let's see. Logic and Reason, if you're still in here, says, hey everyone, salute to you, brother. Smitty Sage says, appreciate it, big bro. Salute out to you. Let's see. Sean says, 8 more days of school. I can't wait for vacation. Are you an educator, Sean? You a school teacher or working administration? Yeah, I'll get y'all rested. Some of my neighbor across the street, she's a teacher here, and I'll be watching her come home some days, and she looked like she just came off a Michael Jordan flu game. Head be down, tired. Them damn third graders done wore her ass out. So I know she's looking forward to her vacation as well. Mona D had snuck in here. Mona D said, thanks for watching the stream live or on replay. Hit the like button, share the video, consider subscribing to Kofa's channel. Salute, sis. Thank you.
You go, girl!
Shout out to the mods. I got to rent some more y'all up. It's probably going to be after May when I can sit down. I was telling BT today, got up with him earlier, had a cigar with him and Mama Lex. Shout out to them. Sat down with BT and I was telling him, like, man, I got so much content. I still got to go back, clean up my channel, take some more headshots, do more adjustments, it's other stuff. Like I said, I've really been learning a lot. So once the challenge is over next week, the page may look a little bit different, but I think we're on the right path, on a solid path for the G.R.O.W.T.H family. So I appreciate everybody being in here again. It is very, very humbling. But thank you. Let me keep on going through the comments. Quiet Storm hopped online. Appreciate you being in here as always, brother. Coop hopped in. Salute to King Cooper. Shout out to Lazy Bones, the cat. Shout out to him. Brother needs his own cartoon. We have to work on that, Coop. I know you got some crazy ass cat stories. Salute to you, brother. Mona D says, I'm here watching while fussing at these kids in true mama fashion.
You go, girl!
Sean from the Shy says, yes, I'm a special education classroom assistant and I work with K2, kindergarten through 2nd grade, and a sister is tired without the E.
You go, girl!
Cause I told you, I'm a lame.
Shout out to the educator, Sean, you get this.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Because I know that takes work. Like, seriously, when I worked in juvenile justice, I worked in the education department. So I know them little fuckers can be all over the place. And I know I'm talking about somebody's children, but fuck them kids. Lord, they will drain you. But sometimes it can be rewarding. I had to pivot off from my mentor group that I was with, doing so much with them, because I just felt this calling and this need, and now really this passion for being here on YouTube, conversing with y'all and meeting so many different people. And I really can't wait to get to traveling around the country and actually meeting some of y'all face to face. I don't know if I'm gonna be scheduling the meetups. That's something that I'm not good at, but that might be that challenge that Kobe was talking about. So we'll see later on down the line. No time soon. Don't hold my feet to the fire. Let's get it. Let's go back to the comments. Smoker Talk back in the building. Appreciate you. Quiet Storm says Kobe was a different animal on and off the court. The man basketball knowledge was next level. You know you're a beast when MJ say he ran out of stuff to teach Kobe.
Hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man. Hotter than fish grease.
Knocks down another 3-ball. This guy is hotter than fish grease here.
That is real talk, Quiet Storm. When Mike said that, I was like, boom, there it is. Kobe the GOAT. Mike can't teach him no more? Shit. That boy in the game. Sean says, being the parent of an autistic son who will be 40 in August, my experience comes from raising a child like this. I didn't go to school for it, even though I went to college.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
What do we say over here, Sean? You took inventory. Your lived experience mattered. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for what you've done for your son. Thank you for what you're doing for those special needs kids as well. Let's see. Mona says, laugh out loud. Yes, a half referee, but I have my tea and I'm chilling. She must be talking about them kids she in there hollering at. Look, they getting ready to get out of school, Mona. You know they finna turn up. I think we caught up on the comments, man. I appreciate everybody being in here. This was going to be, I figured, a short one because I really wanted to hone in and focus on Mike and Kobe's video and just let y'all hear it from two of the best that ever did it. This wasn't a basketball live per se. I just love the game, and I know the passion that those brothers had for the game of basketball and how they not only took life lessons and injected it into basketball, they took basketball and injected it and turned it into life lessons for so many others, including yours truly, because some of the things they have said I have implemented in my own life. So that leaving on your own terms, seriously. When Kobe blew that Achilles, and he still went and shot them free throws. I don't know if anybody knows anatomy like that. Your Achilles is that long, your ankle, but once that snaps, you're really not even supposed to be able to use your leg. So the fact that he shot his free throws and then walked himself off the court because he knew his children were in there watching and others were watching him as well. But just like he just said, his kids were back there. Now he's going to get through the adversity. He's being the example. Daddy's going to be okay. And Daddy was. R.I.P. He moved on to coaching his daughter. He moved on to other investments. Kobe was just cold. He not only did it on the court like Quiet Storm said, but he did it off the court. We know Mike has a business acumen. Kobe, same thing. The brothers put in the work. They took their experiences, they took inventory, and they injected it in their particular field. It just happens to be basketball, the game I love. So I really wanted to have them talk to y'all pretty much more than me tonight. Because even if you don't know the game, the ins and outs, the X's, the O's, you know who those two guys are. You know the pinnacle that they reached. I wanted y'all to hear from them how they got there. It wasn't just, hey, I'm good at basketball. Like Mike said in the beginning, you think I started at the free throw line. You forgot I started in the gym. They put in the work. Slide back over. I hear some more comments coming in. Sean from the side says, thank you, Kofa. It means a lot. I'm giving back to all the educators who helped my son and had a daughter when he was 18. I was crazy, and so was my ex-husband. God bless all of you. I'm glad you are all doing well. Mona says, great stream, Kofa. I'm proud of your commitment to streaming quality content for 25 days straight. Thank you, sis. I really appreciate that, because when I took on the challenge from Broken Traditions, I didn't want to just put out fluff. I know I had a couple of days, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, but I know when May ends, I know I gave it my all to bring y'all quality content. Let's see. Y'all are talking about other stuff that I don't know about. So go to Quiet Storm's comment. Quiet Storm says, Kofa looking at Theo and saying, stream every day. That's like, man, look.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease.
Theo on some Pac shit. Theo on some Lil Wayne shit. That nigga dropping albums, mixtapes, verses and shit like that every damn day, man. Theo be putting in that damn work, man. I'm trying to get to that level, but I like where I'm at and I like where I'm going. I know I'm going to be hitting that soon. Sean says, I appreciate your shorts as well. Those mental vitamins are a must. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There was a video circulating on like help for YouTube, how to scale up and, you know, get more subscribers. And they were saying that shorts was kind of going away, that YouTube had created them basically to compete with TikTok and other socials. And then they got to the point where they were almost like, fuck it, kind of, because they get so much long form content and different videos. So I was getting ready to stop again, and Broken Tradition was like, nah, man, keep the morning motivation going. That's your thing. That simple conversation with another brother. You know what? I am going to keep running it because that is my thing. So some days I miss y'all in the morning. Some days I miss the afternoon inspirations. If I miss the morning, I try to do one in the afternoon. Some days I just miss it all together. But, you know, I always come back with it. So those are going to keep coming too. I'm going to keep dropping jewels from shit I've read, things I've heard, personal life experience, things I've thought of, because Kofa does have his own thoughts, man. I got a whole book of notes and shit in there in my phone. that I've actually handwritten down, kind of old school like that, but it is what it is. But I really do enjoy doing the work, trying to get brothers to get better, because guess what? A better man is going to be a better husband, a better father, a better leader in general, a better co-worker, a better brother, and it's going to help the community at large get better. Not just the black community. We're going to start with us first, but the global community at large. But I got one more video. This from Ocho Cinco about brothers finding their peace. I keep telling you, be your own peace. Be your own peace, gentlemen. But let's get to this last video. Real short, just a quick little jab in the mouth.
My advice was gaming.
Right.
That gets me through everything.
Right.
Oh, you don't want to be with me no more? Fuck you, I got FIFA. Oh,
Yeah.
you don't want to talk to me anymore? Fuck you, I got Call of Duty. There's one thing that's going to always be in place no matter what. Whatever's going on in life. Fucking gaming. Women, one day, they might be like, you know what, I don't even fucking love you no more. You think FIFA and Call of Duty can do me like that?
Tongue in cheek, slight joke, all truth.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
These cigars ain't never broke my heart. I done had some I didn't like, but they ain't broke my heart. Got that PS5 in there. Got my YouTube audience. Salute to y'all. Got my growth family. I get to build. I get to find different parts of me that find different pieces for me. And that just simply helps me be a better man. I got my books. I got my daughters. God bless me with. Find your peace, gentlemen. And it's usually somewhere around where you least expect it, which is right in front of you. We got a saying in the South. And when you looking for something like your keys and you can't find them, and then boom, they were right there in front of your face all along. You done passed that same counter 3 or 4 times looking for your keys, looking for your phone. Old folks used to say, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. A lot of your joy, a lot of your peace, gentlemen, is right in your face. If it was a snake, it would have bit you. Be appreciative of what you do have. Bust your ass to get the things that you do want and desire. Don't let it just be frivolous shit, though. Let it have meaning for you to even get more peace. Like they say, more life, more life. Find more peace, more peace. Keep adding on to it. I hope today's live helped y'all hearing from 2 greats get to their pinnacle in their respective game. You got a game. Some of y'all maybe, I think Corey Joe out there on the road trucking. Somebody out on an oil rig. Somebody works in corporate America. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. He said it plain and flat out. Corporate buildings, the office, that is my shit. That is where I'm at home. So he was trying to get to that pinnacle. And then he came over here to YouTube and did that as well. Wherever you find yourself in life, brothers, like I always say, you take you wherever you go. Hop on some Mike and Kobe shit. Take inventory, know what your weaknesses are, build off them. Don't get so goddamn bogged down with failure, air quotations. Take the loss, learn the lesson, do better next time. Keep building up. Get to the comments and then we gonna roll. Heard them coming in. Smoker Talk says shout out. Appreciate y'all always being in here, man. Thank you. Quiet Storm said Theo be dropping a triple album, collab album, 12 mixtape, special edition album, 2 verses, and 12 group albums before he hit his first blood.
Got it! Hotter than fish grease!
Oh, man. You say you a goon. What's a goon to a guy? Hey, man. Theo be on it. Sean says, yep, find what never lets you down because people will more so than your true pleasures. They will. They will. But guess what? Still, today's lesson, be able to bounce back. Those were 2 big things Mike and Kobe said. People talked about Kobe when he shot those air balls. People was talking about Mike through his career. Because remember, it took him a minute to win. Be able to tune that shit out. Find your positive fuck it. Kofaism. Find your positive fuck it. And keep going. You know where you're aiming at. Theo says, I did just drop 2 videos. 1 on each channel. And I'm cooking up tomorrow's stream for tomorrow.
Got it! hotter than fish grease.
Oh, Theo also says I could use something for tomorrow. First Man Jenkins suggested I end the stream on a good video. Think that's a good idea? That's I think you were aiming at Mona. So I'll let y'all hash that out. Let's see. Theo says, shaking my head, I can't type tonight. I give up. Theo is on blunt number 5, for those that don't know. I can smell it all the way in Atlanta. And 5-6 years from now, after I hang up my uniform, Theo, me and you gonna burn one together. I'm gonna have a different type of cigar. Me and you gonna burn one together, brother. Quiet Storm said, I was wondering why Theo kept tagging. Look, man, y'all some damn fools. I'm getting ready to go in here and grab me something to eat. I really don't need to be eating this late, but I am going to enjoy this game and this stick. Got to get my ass up, hit that jump rope in the morning, and get back to it again. Take inventory. Take inventory, take inventory, take inventory, brothers. Not just the bad. I'm tired of hearing about childhood trauma. I want to start hearing about some childhood joy on why you still smile. The shit that you've always found funny. If you notice, I always inject sometimes my Ninja Turtles. Raphael brings me joy. I love Master Splinter's wisdom. I still watch the old movies and the cartoons. I told y'all, I found my pleasure on Friday nights, not all the time, but consistent enough. I have a sleepover with myself. I have pizza, PlayStation. Saturday morning, I come on YouTube, internet somewhere, find some old school cartoons that I grew up on, and eat a big ass bowl of cereal. I'm gonna have my peace. Like my auntie said, I'm gonna have my peace, and I ain't gonna die to get it. Same auntie. Nothing changes with boys but the price of the toys. This house, my toy. That car in the garage, my toy. These cigars, my toy. YouTube, all this goddamn equipment, my toys. Can run a pretty penny, but I still got my black boy joy. Find your peace, gentlemen. Take inventory. Use integrity to get to that next level. And again, watch this on the replay. If you don't want to hear Kofa, skip past me. Just listen to Kobe and Mike, because they provided some jewels in those clips. And I really, really wanted to hone in on that. Big thing when Kobe was talking about how his hands weren't that big. He had to get them stronger. Air balls, had to get his legs stronger. Everything was about, okay, I messed this up, or I was missing this. Oh shit, all I got to do is add this in there and I'm good. Jason Williams in here. He said, peace, Kofa. I just purchased a pizza with chicken and pineapple. My nigga, boy, I knew I fucked with you, even though you a Heat fan, but I really want y'all to close out tonight. Chicken and pineapple, that's that shit. I'm a pineapple pizza guy. I sure am. We're not going to get on that. Brokerage This says, yo, what's good, y'all? Appreciate it, brother. I was sharing we were smoking earlier and just having YouTube conversations about keeping it going and potentially closing out this Everyday in May challenge Wednesday night doing a collab live. We might go live this weekend. We got to talk about it tomorrow, though. But let me get through these other comments. Mona says she likes that idea, Theo, if you stepped away. Let's see. Jason says, peace to everybody. Black Trucker Mafia says, what's good, family? Shout out to the Growth family. What is good with everybody? Thank y'all all for being in here, man. I'm getting ready to go ahead, hop off this live, go run, grab something to eat, have me another cigar, sit out in Garage Theater, watch this game. I was going for the Celtics because I want a Lakers-Celtics matchup and see how that played out, but my Lakers got bounced. But I'm going for the Heat tonight. It pains me to say that, but Jimmy Butler owns some shit. I just love the game of basketball. Even if I hate the team, I'll respect it because I hate fucking Miami and I hate the Celtics. Go Lakers. Go Knicks. Getting ready to run, y'all. Thank y'all for being in here. I'll be back live tomorrow night, probably around the same time, 7. I'm gonna play with it. It's a long weekend, so I might get out and enjoy myself a little bit. I don't know, so I might go live a little bit earlier. We'll see. But just look at your timeline. I'll try to keep pushing out, do a better job of that so it does hit your algorithm and you see when I'm going live. But getting ready to go get this food, watch this game. Thank you for everybody in attendance. Salute to the replay gang. Y'all make sure y'all take that information that Kobe and Mike shared, apply it to your life. If you found something helpful from me, salute, take it, apply it to your life, pass it on. As always, brothers, you matter. You're not crazy. Make better choices. Peace.